Probably not New Year's Day. Probably New Year's Eve. People ringing in the new year. But for it to fall on September 9th that frequently. So a lot of the end of the year, beginning of the year sex, sure. A lot of flipping the calendar fornication, as it were. That's all good. So thank you. Happy birthday, Trevor. Thank you, pal.
Happy birthday, Trevor.
Hey, guys. Dexter and Copley here. A couple things, Alan. I just heard that Super Bowl halftime show is going to be another rapper, Kendrick Lamar or whatever. And I'm just bummed out about that, because NFL continues to drop the ball with the halftime shows. It's like they didn't see Gojira's performance at Summer Olympics. What is so wrong with putting a rock band in the Super Bowl halftime show? Like Metallica, Foo Fighters, Living Colour, The Warning, Evanescence. These are just regular mainstream rock bands. And I like them all, by the way. But they won't even put those bands in there. It's always just some dumb rap garbage. And I just get tired of that. Everybody likes rap. People want to hear other things. What happened to playing rock music at the halftime show? Someone said about that. And I can hit the post on Always by Atlantic Star Hate Show.
What did he say? God, he goes so fast in the end of those. Thank you.
Always by who?
Can hit the post on Always by Atlantic Star Hate Show.
Always by Atlantic Star.
Atlantic Star.
Wow,
okay.
That's Atlantic Star. Remember them? 100.7. WMMS. Brady one here from Atlantic Star. I don't know where they're from. I know there's about 19 people in this band. Brady's song here is called Always on the Buzzard.
Girl, you are to me.
Like the stuff that MMS used to play back in the day. They had a Prince phase.
At
Thank
one
you,
point, I think the reason they're doing a lot more hip hop and stuff like that is Jay-Z helps produce the.
It's Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's like Rock Nation is producing
He's the money man.
Yeah,
like that's all it is.
That's what it is.
And it's been like that 5-6 years ago. He signed a big thing with the NFL. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And again, Dex, I take your point, but when people go, "Oh, there are no rock bands," they're trying to get a different set of eyeballs on these halftime shows. I don't care who plays the halftime show because I'm getting more dip or something. Like I really don't care. I think Kendrick Lamar. I think they should bring Drake out with Kendrick Lamar.
Let them have.
That's what I think they should do.
Yeah.
There's only so much Chris Martin coming out to help we can handle. I don't know when this guy got to be the Zelig of popular music, but this Chris Martin. We just added him to the I Heart Festival.
That's a Coldplay guy?
Yeah, the Coldplay guy. Exactly. This guy comes lumbering out to provide melodies every halftime show.
One of my friends is a huge Coldplay fan, and he's like, you gotta see him.
I think
you gotta see him. I'm like, listen, I can't. Like, I don't know their songs.
I know
so seeing them
enough
live
of
is
their
not gonna be
songs.
like I know their hits, and I'm like aware of them, but they're not anything that like makes me go, "Now this is a good." Like they're fine.
I underestimated the enduring appeal of Coldplay from this last tour because I was like, really? They sold out like 2 nights at Soldier Field, like that kind of stuff.
No, I know they're huge.
I'm sure. Well, I was not, I guess, still aware of that, but I bet their show is probably great.
It's
probably everything you would want. I just don't care.
But it's if you're not into the band, you're like, oh, that was fine. But I'm not gonna like walk away being like, now I love Coldplay because I can't even think of the last time I heard a Coldplay song.
I remember when my son.
I know he had a phase.
He had a Coldplay phase,
Yeah.
and I was trying to get my kids into metal or something, and it didn't happen.
All right,
That's completely fine. But yeah, he had a 2 or 3 year period, boy, where it was just Coldplay nonstop, and I was like, listen, it's not bad. I mean, Chris Martin is a creative guy. As a band, they're good. They just don't blow my skirt up. They just don't.
All right. I was watching Instagram this morning, and I saw a video where a guy was asking, "What's the best rock? Not your favorite, but what's the best rock song of all time?" And people kept saying "Hinder," which was hilarious, and that's why
I think they're probably trolling people,
a little
right?
bit. But what would your answer? You get to play someone. No, they've never heard any rock and roll. You have to play the best rock and roll song of all time. That's going to make them understand what rock and roll is. What song are you playing? What do you think is
don't
the best?
know. There's
What? I don't know either, but I think we got to figure it
the
out.
best. I mean, it's all generational, right?
But is it? Because I feel like there's songs that transcend generations.
They do, but you have to be aware of them. If you were
But
asked
then-
somebody
but that's
who
what I'm
was
saying. We're playing it for somebody that like an alien comes down and they're like, well, we heard about this thing called rock and roll and we haven't heard any of it. What is this all about? And then you have to play a song that is like the best rock and roll song of all time. What song are you playing for those aliens?
I don't know, because this is what I'm saying. Rock and roll, okay, take generation out of it.
Yeah.
Rock and roll means something different to me than it did to my parents.
Right.
My parents, hey, what rock song would you play for aliens? I'd play Bill Haley and the Comets' Rock Around the Clock. Okay, because that's what rock music was.
Yeah.
And Elvis. I'm like, that's not what I would think. If
Now,
Mary
can you find
were,
something that encapsulates a little bit of that style, but it has a little bit more modern feel? That's going to be like, okay, this is
an
this is a
update on
perfect-
Rock Around the Clock?
Well, not an update, but just something that still has some of those classic rock, or not even like oldies, feel to it, but is a more modern version of that. There's so many songs to pull from.
I don't know. I mean, if Mary were here and we'd say, if you had to tell an alien what's the greatest rock song of all time, she'd say Fall Out Boy or something along those lines, right? Because
Yeah.
that's where her brain would go.
Okay.
It would never occur to me. My brain would go to...
Mine's not going to anything that I particularly like. You know, I'm not going to play him Coheed because that's not representative
I
of
understand.
all rock and roll. I would probably go with something closer to, you know,
You mean something riff heavy?
is it something a little
Like
riff
Nickelback?
heavy? No, not even that.
Creed?
I would probably go. The one that popped into my head first was "Come Together" by the Beatles, but then that's a little too. I don't know. I don't want that one. I'm thinking something maybe by. I don't know, maybe Zeppelin or
See, Zeppelin is where my
Sabbath.
brain would... Zeppelin
Yeah.
and Sabbath is where my brain would normally go. It would
Yeah.
default to one of those bands if
Right.
it was like, here's what rock music is, right?
Yeah, I think I'd probably go "Immigrant Song" by Zeppelin.
You'd say, hey, because they're aliens. I get it.
Yeah.
You'd say the Immigrant Song.
Yeah.
It's short. It wouldn't take them too long. MMS should start playing this. We don't... it's oldie but a goodie. So the aliens come down and this is what we play for them. Immigrant Song. Played that Karen O version from a movie a few years ago. Trent Reznor. Okay, so that's
and
what
they'd be
you-
like, "Well, what are the words about?" And I go, "I don't know. Who cares? It's just a good song."
It's about immigrants. Play the Karen O immigrant song. Remember that one?
I don't think I know.
Oh, it was for when they rebooted Girl with the Dragon
okay.
Tattoo. It was Trent Reznor and Karen O, and it was really good.
All right, I got my buddy weighing in on this, and he's ready for this apparently.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear this version.
It was probably 10 years old by now, right? Remember Karen O from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs?
Yeah.
Big fan of hers and that band. She did this with Trent Reznor. They put
Yes,
it,
yes,
put
she
it in the
did.
trailer and
Yes,
everything.
She did. That is very Trent Reznor-y.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
That's
I think
great. That's
for
great.
what you don't mess with it too much,
Yeah.
right? You update it, but you're not doing a slow ska jazz version of it.
No. My buddy AJ said he just rattled them off. "Johnny Be Good" by Chuck Berry, but I'd want the Michael J. Fox version.
Mm-hmm.
"Surrender" by Cheap Trick, "Comfortably Numb" by Pink Floyd. He said the best rock song of all time is "Kid Charlemagne" by Steely Dan.
A Kid Charlemagne is an amazing, amazing song.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great song. I would play them. Does it have to be by the original artist?
No, it's just the best
The
rock
song.
song of all time.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're talking.
All in our dista, I know they break the wall. All in our dista, I know they break the wall.
There you go. Go back to your home planet now. Thank you. We've answered the question. Yeah, I don't know. It just means so many things to so many people. That's why when people get worked up about who goes into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know, we have a little bit of fun with it, tossing that ball around, but who really cares? So the Super Bowl halftime show, Dex, I get it because he's a rock fan, right?
Is, yeah.
But when you rattle off names like, why don't they have a band like Evanescence? Like, I get where you're coming from, but Evanescence is not going to get eyeballs. Kendrick Lamar, I thought was kind of interesting. He's no doubt an artiste, but like, other than the Drake stuff, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly was like 10 years ago. That's when he really blew up. He won the Pulitzer Prize. Like, this guy was getting headlines. He is very short, just physically, by the way. They got to do something there. Yeah. He's like 5'5". They got to do something for him there on at the 50-yard line. But
I'm sure he'll be on a stage.
I'm sorry?
He'll be on a stage.
Yeah, but even on that, I mean, you got to do something. So it's all, Dex, it's all because of Jay-Z. Because he's the guy that produces the Super Bowl halftime show. You would think that he would use it for a bit more than just a way to pimp his friends, but it's his thing. That's his partnership. Jay-Z is not out there going, I need to get Nickelback.
Yeah, right.
Right? I mean, you're trying to get different eyeballs on it, and you're going to have...
Creed did this reunion, and they should play the Super Bowl halftime show.
And the people who complain about it, like the old timers, you're not going to put anything up there that's going to get them excited in the first place.
Well, they did that a few, you know, I mean,
they've had rock bands and Stones and Tom Petty and, you know, they've gone through all that.
Prince and who else? The Who.
Yeah. I mean, and again,
Foo Fighters would be a good halftime
Let's
show.
be real. The issue, Weird Al.
Weird Al's the best option. That's what, okay. Weird Al's cover of Dire Straits, that's the song that I would play. The Beverly
Money.
Yeah, the Beverly Hills Hillbillies cover of
Money for Nothing.
Money for Nothing.
Yeah.
Move a movie stars. Killer music video too. Welcome to Earth.
This is from the movie, yeah?
This is from UHF, yeah.
UHF, yeah. Remember this video? The original Dire Straits video was state-of-the-art animation and graphics. Now I get to it.
Look here, people, listen to my story. A little story about a man named Jed. You know something, that poor mountaineer. They say he barely kept his family fed. Now let me tell you, one day he was shooting. Old Jed was shooting at some food. When all of a sudden, right up from the ground.
You want to see him playing this during the Super Bowl halftime show?
I want to see him.
Saying.
I want to see
at the
him
50-yard line.
I want to see him playing this at the Super Bowl halftime show. I want this to be the first song that aliens hear. All of it, baby.
All right. Oh boy. You know, the original Dire Straits version had a gay slur in it.
It
Remember
sure did.
that? It
Yeah.
had the
Oh,
F
yeah.
word in it
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yep.
It was still getting played on the radio. It was a long time before they finally edited that out for radio play. But back then, that word
the original
wasn't...
version would be a good one to play too. That's up there. That's a great song. Under Pressure. That's a good one. Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody. If you want to go that route.
Yeah. Again, Bohemian Rhapsody is not one that would come to my mind as the epitome of a rock and roll song.
Right.
Rock and roll band,
Yeah.
But Bohemian
All right,
Rhapsody,
so you're playing a Queen song for an alien. What song do you
I'm
play?
playing Hammer to Fall, baby.
Hammer to Fall. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good one.
Yep.
I'll probably play Don't Stop Me Now.
Or Stone Cold Crazy. That's a great Queen song. We Will Rock You. I
Okay.
mean, we're also...
I don't want to scare them off. I don't want them to think we're trying to fight. I'm trying to, keep things peaceful.
We're all so numb to these songs because we've heard them so many times.
Yeah. But imagine you're an alien just hearing it for the first time. You're like, ooh, this is fun.
That's what I'm saying. You kind of have to try
clap
to
along?
listen to it with new
Stomping and
ears.
clapping?
Yeah, maybe that would freak them out. I don't know.
that one might be a little aggressive.
Hard to say. You'd have to think that any species that could manipulate time and space to the point where they could come and see us, they would be advanced to such a degree that they would be able. They wouldn't even have to ask. They'd read our minds, and they'd say, "What is the greatest rock song of all time?" Of course, it's More Than This by Roxy Music, but I don't necessarily know that that's the one that would come to a lot of people's minds. You were to ask me.
That's why I asked you.
I'd say, of course,
Yeah.
More Than This by Roxy Music. But it's that's probably why you shouldn't send me to meet the aliens. They might not dig on Brian Ferry.
Right. They're going to be like, oh, no, it's a gay planet.
You son of a bitch. Say, get the hell out of here. Little Brian
Emotional.
Eno,
Yeah.
Brian Ferry. Oh, come on.
Great song. I don't know if
Love
this is the
More Than
first
This.
one. I feel like this is one they got to hear on their own. I feel like you can't play this for them because they're
All
going to be
right.
like, I need to have a little more oomph.
What
than
if they
this.
like their rock a little
If they're goth aliens, play it.
a little glittery,
Yeah,
a little poppy,
little glittery, little gothy, whatever.
a
Like
little early 80s dancey. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah,
What's up, Ryan?
not too much.
Ryan's going to tell us how to deal with aliens.
Well, you play in Thunderstruck.
all right.
Okay.
I would play that before I play this. I'll tell you that much. I don't want
No,
because then you can do the Thunderstruck drinking game with the aliens, and they're gonna be having a good time right off the bat.
Uh-huh. What's the Thunderstruck
gotcha.
drinking game? You do a shot every time they say thunder?
Every time they say like someone's drinking now, and then like it goes around the bar, and you have to every time they say thunder, the next person drinks. So
The next person drinks.
Yeah,
I see.
they
That's
gotta have a big drink.
that's in the intro, or that's for the duration of the song?
It's for the duration of the song.
All right.
Yeah.
Because, boy, they say thunder a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why you play with a bunch of people, and it goes all around the bar.
I see.
So
All
there's
right.
Now you're drinking. Now I'm drinking.
Now you're drinking. What if it's just two people?
They
Oh,
get
my-
really drunk.
Probably not much of a drinking game with two people.
Right. Well, you got all these aliens. It's a big party to try and introduce the aliens to rock and roll.
What if it's like the movie Signs, where they can't drink water or they can't? Spoiler alert.
Oh, we shouldn't be drinking water anyway when we're doing Thunderstruck.
I mean, any kind of liquid.
Oh well.
Like they
they're-
can't.
Then they've been defeated.
I guess so. Defeated by rock and roll,
Yeah.
as it were.
Oh, that's a great. That's the next movie. Okay, reboot Signs.
Defeated by rock and roll.
But instead of water kills the aliens, rock and roll kills the aliens.
There you go.
Now we're talking.
There you go. God gave rock and roll to you, according to Kiss, and we gave it to the aliens to kill them. All right, I have
So
got
Kiss wouldn't be too bad to play for them.
play some rock and roll all night.
Yeah, a little rock and roll all night.
Party
Detroit
every
Rock
day.
City.
There you go. All right, I got to take a break here. Those Sarah Silverman tickets. She is doing Playhouse Square